Hello and welcome back to Terra Invicta. Now, we're going to start the episode with realizing that I have made not a massive mistake, but quite a mistake here. I'm still, the game has changed on the experimental version and they've changed. I realized this, but I never quite acknowledged it in my own head. They have changed how mission control works. So, mission control is done mainly, because I don't think we've talked about it that much so far, by nations, right? You can eventually have them in HABs, but mainly, especially early on, it's all nations. Nations build mission control just through this, and they all have a level of mission control. That is your mission control. I only have 2 left, and used to be each one of these bases with nothing on it would only cost 1. So in this situation, I'd have spent 3 mission control. I've spent 6. I mean, if I'd spent 3, the amount of mission control I have left would be enough for 5 more bases on Mars, which would be pretty good. Unfortunately, I can only afford 1 base on Mars, which just sucks. So I should have done this earlier. But we are going to grab mission control in America, and on my next agent turn, because I was looking at it, watching my last videos. I should have been looking at this. I don't know. Hey, it's one of the things is with this game. There is so much going on, and there's a lot, and my brain just gets distracted by stuff that you're always going to miss something and mess something up, and that's just not the end of the world because you just have to roll with it and. Every mistake in a way can create an opportunity. Because the fact that we haven't been focusing on mission control means we have so many of other resources and our agents are incredible and stuff like that. But yes, we do need more mission control. So what we will do is look at nations, sort by mission control and see, after we with America, who do we grab? And immediately one leaps out. 3 points, Canada with 5. I mean, we could get South Korea or the UK with 6. We could try and go for the EU. Now, I think we should try and grab Canada as soon as possible. And try and just grab all of the mission control in Canada. It shouldn't be that hard. The EU will be a more long-term project. We're going to need a lot of public campaigning and stuff in order to grab this at this point, because it is quite big. Canada is perfect for now. It's something we want anyway. For the future, has all right mission control, it'll be easy to add more in, and we'll also just build a little bit in America. So yeah, I've been silly. I've not fully thought about the implications of getting mission control. You're going to want to do, instead of what I did in this playthrough, you're going to want to get a little, or try and secure a little bit more, or have a country that you want to grab with your OP agents the second you are about to start looking at Mars. Or maybe I should have abandoned the International Space Station, because this honestly is a waste. I don't need this. But even if I do decommission, if we decommission the International Space Station, do I immediately get 2? Let's have a look. No. Okay. Well, I will get 2 when that runs out, and that will help. Because I don't... There's nothing wrong with having a station low Earth orbit. In fact, it can be quite nice. But for now, it's actually just hurting us. So I should have done that earlier, because we will only be able to take 1 point. But the question is, which point are we going to take? Are there any numbers here that immediately jump out and look insane? And honestly, overall, this is not a great Mars. I've seen a lot better Marses. So let's talk about these materials. So of course, fissiles, which we talked about with the moon. There's a 10 point here, which we can't get with this one. This is actually a good point. Arcadia Planatia, good water, good volatiles. Usually with points, you'll either have a point which is all about metals and rare metals, or a point which is all about water and fissiles, right? Mars is nice in that that's usually on asteroids, where most of your stuff will be on asteroids. So Mars isn't even a big thing. Asteroids is the main part of the game, arguably. But yeah, so Mars kind of has a lot of hybrid points, which means that even though the numbers might be lower, it can still be all right. But there is one point here which immediately, like, for rare metals, you can have points on Mars with rare metals up to like 20 and stuff. Like, I've seen that. And the highest rare metals we have here is this one with a 9 point. Well, actually, this one with a 9.7. But if you look down in this list, and then you look at metals, and then you look at rare metals, this one here has 131 metals. That is a lot of metal, just regular metals. It only has a little bit of water and volatiles, so it's not great for those. But for metals, that's insanely good. We will struggle with water, though. I don't even know if we'll have enough for our upkeep. But for now, we'll try and grab more points later. Hopefully the AI won't go too crazy with grabbing Mars points, and even if it does, we'll have plenty of opportunities with the asteroids. So we don't even need to fret it too much. We'll just be a more asteroid than Mars-focused playthrough, because there's plenty enough points to go around eventually. And the other thing that will happen with Mars is that the AI factions, in brutal difficulty at least, they get a boost to how much mission. They just get like a flat mission control, so they don't even need to own countries. So they will get very ambitious with the number of bases they build. And the aliens will blow them up. So what we need to be doing is rechecking later on in the game, once the aliens have first started attacking Earth stations, we'll just be rechecking Mars and seeing if any good points have opened up. This is a nice point. If it gets blown up, I want it. The only points that we can't properly take are servant ones because they won't get blown up by aliens. But eventually we might do a bit of destruction of our own. So for now, let us take... We're kind of lucky that we only have one spot open, and there's arguably only one incredibly overpowered spot on Mars. Because even there's a few other spots that are nice. This one here with like 60 water can go quite a lot. Even this one here, 52, 38, 16, like a little bit of metals for the water and the volatile. It's not amazing. It's not terrible. Other than that, it's not much. Like 9.7, this one's okay. Ballast from Monte, it's got okay, but it's not incredible. This one's pretty good, but there's no rare metals there. But it's good regular metals, and it's got a bit of these as well. These ones, there's also some alright ones here. But a lot of these, if you look, it's just like 3 and 0.81, and you can get better numbers than this. And you only have a limited number of bases you can build anyway, because the aliens will not let you have too many. The aliens will... Every base you build increases your threat. And if you build those bases up, like build mines on them, or you build, which we're going to want on every base, or you upgrade them to level 2, the aliens will not take kindly to you doing this. So I think we take our overpowered crater, and that's it. And that's not great. There are other nice points we could have had, but hey. That is hard to spell. Schiaparelli crater. Okay. We will do. And the next thing we're going to do, hopefully soon, the other thing is that, yeah, we will build one of these on... What do our sites produce on the moon? So we have one that produces 41 metals, and then this one that produces water. Let's do it, even though this one's better, let's do it on Pearly, so we can get a little bit of water, a little bit of actual volatiles, it's like none, and a little bit of metals. And then what that means is, when we go to build this on Mars, as you can see, to build this on Mars costs 123 boosts. But the cost there, as you can see, is 4.7 water, 17 volatiles, 131.9 metals, and 9.4 rare metals. If you have some of those resources, it will be like, okay, you don't have any rare metals, so we'll spend boost to do that part, but the other parts will spend out of your economy. So as long as we have this on Pearly Crater, we should have all of those resources. And then it costs 5 to power it, so as it's close to the sun, we'll build a solar collector, which solar collector will produce 10 power, which will be enough to power this. And the center doesn't need any power. So yeah, we have power, we have mining. That is good. And we're going to need more mission control. I'd rather not try and build any in America. I want America to focus on military. But its military score is getting very high. And it's almost capped at 5. And these are going very fast, so to be honest, we can focus on stuff like mission control with America for now, because America's in a... but not that far into the game, it's in a good spot. I mean, its rest value is still 1.8. This all needs to be so much lower, and that could even be higher, but... it's going pretty fast with the welfare. And honestly, spamming reduce unrest for right now isn't the end of the world, because we do get XP from it, so later on we'll never want to be doing this. Like, here we go, the other one. Sanctioned investigations, +3 to crackdown. Yes, please. That is very good for me. Where is that? Yeah. Let's start it ticking along. Even though it's 7,500, it's just that good. Okay, so Leah. So even though Canada doesn't like us, they're defended, and it's a purge rather than a crackdown, Leah Abbott can just do it, because that is just how good she is with her 22 espionage. She is just an absolute menace. But let's have a look at Orcs because a new Special Forces group has shown up. Not bad. Not terrible, that one either. We took her criminal, and not a single good criminal org has actually shown up in that time. Let's see what we got then. No, 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 no. See, here we go. This is a org with coup d'etat. This would be an amazing one if A, we had the influence, or we had any points in Russia. We don't have either of those things, so yeah, we can't do that. Stuff like the CIA, though, they have coup d'etat. Obviously, Leia doesn't need coup d'etat, it's Dahramal who needs coup d'etat. Yeah, an additional 3% military. I don't need any of those missions, but... +1 command, +2 security, which doesn't really matter, but yeah, I like having these. They're not bad at all. And yeah, the reason why we need to do that first is because we're going to have less influence now for these guys. Ready for orders. Let's do a crackdown. Let's spend 8 influence to do the crackdown, and then 2 for the purge. If the crackdown is successful, the purge will be easier, but if he does fail, it will just help it along a little bit. Sydney, Svetlana, publicly campaign in America.
We must persuade the people.
Dahramal. We've just got to keep this unrest down, unfortunately.
We'll turn down the heat.
Okay. And confirm. I'm not even going to look at Mars until we're ready to get another point. I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. It doesn't matter though, we will be fine. Okay, a little bit of public support, all of a sudden we're up to 82%. See, it's more than enough to do what we need to do.
Things are stabilizing.
Crackdown complete.
Crackdown.
Mission in progress.
And by just taking this purge, we'll take a little bit of mission control for ourselves. There's 5 here, so hopefully we'll get 2, but we'll probably get 1. We'll see though. I'm actually curious how it will divide the 5 up.
We've removed some
Yeah, we only get 1. I guess maybe it's because it's the lowest point, or because we're the most recent. Something I've never quite thought about before. It's usually not really that relevant. Okay, so Project Exodus are now ending their alliance with our countries because they dislike us to that point. This is actually bad news.
Your orders?
This might be a time if they're going to start ending alliance. I know with Canada, that's with humanity first. Okay, don't mind me. I'm just
Where to?
getting scared over nothing. Wrong one. Let's grab the executive, because you can pick which point you grab. You don't just have to click and then it will automatically be the one closest to the left. You can just go straight for the executive. So yeah,
Targeting
4,
their key people.
Your orders.
Where to?
2,
At your service.
publicly
Targeting
campaign,
opposition.
I'm here.
Your orders.
publicly campaign of Sydney.
I will try to sway the public.
Acknowledged.
Keep knocking
Standing
down
by for
unrest.
orders.
Okay,
Ready for orders.
all
We
the same
must
stuff.
persuade the people.
Ready for
America
orders.
has built a mission control.
We'll
Oh no, it
make
hasn't.
things
We
safe.
have one from Canada. Right. America is close to building its mission control. Okay. It's good that we got this one. We got the really powerful one. If that one had been not me, I'd have been quite upset. And I shouldn't have, as a result of that, I also shouldn't have taken 2 points on the moon. I should have been more conservative with my mission control.
To our side.
But that's
We were
alright.
unable to increase security.
Rolled 94%.
We've neutralized their key people.
Up, down,
I will
and then a
report when my
purge.
mission is complete.
The differences in our language.
Arrival international relations. We're doing advanced heat management concepts. That's towards the inner solar system. Yeah, our boost is pretty high right now. Okay. Solar collector has been built, but the mine
Our
still
associates
hasn't.
are now in charge.
Okay, Academy, 8 out of 11. So let's go back to Mars, see if any points are available. AI haven't actually barely touched it. Only Exodus. So, where do we want our next point? So what are we lacking? Well, we're really lacking water. So a point with nice water would be nice. There are a lot of visual points here. Usually visuals are just super rare, but they're kind of just everywhere. And the AI love them because they're so rare, but AI don't realise that they don't need that many visuals. Now, a point that's pretty much universally always good on Mars is Olympus Mons. Olympus Mons is kind of like a special point, which has usually got really good metals and rare metals, and then low water and volatiles. But this is probably the worst Olympus Mons I've ever seen, to the point where I'm not even interested in it. So Arabia Terra has 18, 16, 28, 4.4. Elysium with a 50 in metals. We already are crazy with metals. I think this is probably the point I would have wanted, but I don't have that. This is a 52, 39, 16. The 6, it's not great, is it? A 60, but then we're losing so much volatiles with that. Well, that is a lot of volatiles as well. I like the 39. I feel like going up to 60 is not worth losing like 25 points of volatiles. It's a hell of a lot of volatiles. I think Argyle Planatia is our one. Need these resources. It's easy to just fully focus on metals and rare metals because they're like arguably the most important. But none of these are amazing. I mean, I like this one just because it's kind of a good overall. It's got all right metals and rare metals, and then with that. Same with this, it's all right. But yeah, I think Argyle Planatia will be our next one. And what's interesting, one of the reasons why the AI, while with the moon they were all there immediately, is because I reckon most of them haven't done high thrust probes. The only one who have is Exodus. So that means that we still have a bit of time before the aliens fully build bases on... sorry, the other humans fully build bases on Mars. Because they haven't done the tech, which doubles probe speed. As one reason why getting those techs is important, because that gives me an advantage, because you can't... even though it's like, oh, all aliens get stuff like +3 crackdown. Well, it's bold to assume, like stuff like this, it's bold to assume that the AI will research it. The AI will spend most of their time essentially researching, you know, random stuff. They're like, oh, I need better armor for my ships, and it's like, AI, you don't have any space resources. Like, the AI doesn't understand that.
We're taking power.
What's the
Oh, I don't need... why am I spending 8?
Where
Okay.
to?
Let's just spend 0,
Removing our enemies.
At your
and Alp
service.
spends 2. Yeah.
Acknowledged.
You know, I could just do it with Leah. This is like 2 agents. Essentially, if Alp succeeds, Leah's guaranteed. And you never know when you're just going to fail like a
Ready for my mission.
high % roll.
Reporting in.
It happens all the
Reporting in.
time.
Ready for orders.
And we're kind of on a little bit of a clock still, so...
Ready for my mission.
Your orders.
Stabilize.
What's the op?
Public 3 campaign, but Sydney, I think, can come back to
Ready to go.
advise America.
Ready to go.
Ready.
I'm here.
Where do you need me? Restoring order.
Standing by for orders.
Standing by.
Okay,
for
okay,
orders.
good.
Ready for orders. We'll make our appeal.
We're slowly building
Your
up.
orders.
It's gonna, yeah, it's going to be a bit harder now. You need a lot of mission control then to do all
Lending
this.
my expertise.
It's a good change. I think it was too easy to just build what I was going to do. What you could just grab every single of the best points immediately.
Order.
It's a little bit harder to do that now. That's a smart change.
We've hit them where it hurts. Rubbing up
And it
here.
hasn't really badly affected us.
Prepping for mission.
We're almost at the number of... like, only a few more... oh, one more. We're at an at 12. We're almost at the number of points we would have gotten anyway. And although the servants have done Phobos, so they haven't even touched space. Phobos might have been really good. But low probability that it's good. Helios Planitio of 4.8. There's a the 9.7 here. Farnas Morinas. I might do that one next for the 9.8. Rare metals. That's not bad at all. And also a little bit of visuals in case the aliens blow up my visual base on the moon. Nothing wrong with that. Yep. And we have 22 boosts, so we can only build 2 more bases before we're done anyway. So yeah, this is why having great agents is important, because in a critical moment like that, all of a sudden you can just take over a country and grab their resources. And this probably won't be the last time we'll just grab countries for mission control. Very nice. Okay. Canada, how are you looking? You have a little bit of unrest. Inequality is actually not... I mean, let's put a little bit in welfare, I think. Knock that down. And yeah, that's all we're going to do. I mean, mainly with Canada, it's going to get incorporated anyway. And where it's low population, its scores and stats won't really matter. It will matter so little, I'm not even going to bother. Maybe I'll put a stud into it. That's it. Next thing we need to do with Canada is we need to defend it.
Protecting our interests.
I usually, because defend does all of them, what you can do, and what I will probably do at some point, is like that every time I take a point, I'll defend the point I just took. And then, but sometimes, usually I want to try and grab all of it and then defend, because it's just more efficient. What do we have? Oh, a new administration org. Now Mossad, yeah, has coup. So that can be a good one. Obviously, you don't have anyone in that area. Yeah, nothing here. I mean, if you just look at these, and that's all right. +1 energy, actually. The Sydney, information science. How are we looking with ours? Yeah, we have quite a bit of energy. Let's grab this. We don't really have much information science going on, Sydney. Yeah, I think that's mainly it. Oh, man, that's a investigate plus thing org, so we will go in here, get rid of that, replace it with you. Yep, that's better. And someone needs allium. Of Sydney. Who wants allium? Honestly, let's do it at Dahramal, and hopefully that will just leave her free to get some good stuff later on, just with a bit of free spots. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Oh no, Leah needs it. Leah's still behind. Okay. Sorry, Dahramal. Oh no, Leah doesn't need administration. Let's take that off. Put in the 2. There we go. And that also gives Leah public campaign. That's nice as well. That's a good one to have. She's now on 23. Okay. That's good, that's good. We have that administration org for when we need it. Publicly campaign in America again.
Your orders.
We are over again. Which is what it is. And we're also going to have a little bit of money, but our spoils nations are all kind of gone. I mean, they desperately want me to take it back. Which is annoying, but they just kind of take these and then just like, oh, actually we don't want them. It's like, that's just so indecisive. But also at the same time, we just don't quite have the space yet for
Where
them.
do you need me?
I'm here.
We'll grab them up anyway.
Terminating the opposition.
And we'll do that. And then Alp. Alp will fail. Yeah. Let's see if we can find any aliens. There was an alien down here that we were interested in, but obviously we've just been so busy with trying to grab Canada. It was kind of everyone was needed for that, but we've more or less lost them now.
Offering assistance. On Overwatch.
We might get lucky.
Safe for our people.
You never quite know. Okay, another point in America. They grab Arcadia Planatia and this one. I was not... Oh yeah, they already grabbed that one. Okay. Another point. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this is not a great Mars. I've seen a lot better Marses. Ares Valles, 37, 7.7 with water and volatiles. It's not bad at all. If I want proper water one, I could do Promethei, but... Or Ionia Terra. I think Ionia would be next. But I like Ares Valles more for now. It's Utopia Planatia. Ares Valles is barely better than Olympus Mons. It's the same metals, a little bit more rare. A little bit more water, slightly less volatiles. It's more or less, it's very similar.
Wrapping up here.
But yeah, we will grab this one as well. Okay.
The people will come.
And
to
yeah,
our
we've got good Mars bases, so it's not the end of the world. It's not quite how I'd want to do it, but hey. We'll get one more mission control in America, and then I think we'll switch back. Now this is reaching its max value of 5, and if you read that there at the bottom, it says Miltech allowed for this nation is 5. This is because we haven't done any global techs related to Miltech. We don't want to do that. So, Once we've done this, we will try and be the one to complete Ad Astra in order to do something like better aircraft and stuff to get another 0.5 global tech. Okay, mining has begun.
We're in control here.
Yep. Oh, another 2 points because we decommissioned. Okay, and another big story one. Here we go. Ferrosites. You can read the generic one. I will skip ahead to the specific one.
Chancellor, we believe we have found the missing piece to understanding the Hydra behavior.
We have completed the Research Hydra Ferrosites objective. Now much has become clear. Hydra Ferrosites are adaptive mind control agents. They are released into the air, are inhaled or ingested into the target's bloodstream, and travel from there to the brain, where they suppress the target's desires and loyalties and replace them with new directions, effectively enslaving them. They are clearly a natural evolution, rather than the result of bioengineering. The implications are enormous. For Hydras, taming and controlling other species would be as instinctive as a language or tool use is to us. They would have developed advanced techniques of animal husbandry for inventing fire or the wheel. This would have in turn shaped their entire cultures. To Hydras, other species are not rivals or companions. They are first and foremost resources, to be tamed and trained. When Hydras look at humans, their first instinct must be to view us as we would view a feral dog or cat. It feels sometimes as though all of our research since first contact has been one piece of bad news after another. How can we possibly negotiate with creatures who would view us as a stray pet? The task seems overwhelming, yet it must start with better understanding of the Hydra Ferrosites. I love this. So one of the reasons why the Hydra are just coming to take us over, essentially, just take over Earth, become our rulers, is it's just natural to them. That's just what they do. That's just who they just come. They see humans existing. They have ferrosites, and they're just like, we tame them. They are feral dogs and cats, and feral we think we will get more into in the next part of the story, which is, as far as I've gotten, will be the next one, I believe. Which is capturing the Hydra. I've never gotten further than that with the Academy. But yes. How do we ally someone who thinks of us as a pet? We have to prove to them that we aren't just kind of savage lower life forms. We're sentient beings just as they are, and they should treat other sentient beings with respect and niceness, and we have to show them how that works by blowing them all up. I'm sure we'll get there. While our analysts are still divided on the best approach to defend against the Hydra Ferrosites, all agree we need a live Hydra for study. It seems unlikely one will stay by choice. We want like a volunteer, because we're like, come on guys, be friendly, but we will do what needs to be done. Hydra containment. Okay. We need Hydra containment. Once we have that, we will have our captured Hydra. But we also I want to win Ad Astra, because I want to upgrade America's military more. Oh, another Mars base. Yes, okay. Tempe Terra. Tempe Terra is actually really good. I believe it was something down here we wanted. Next. This one is actually weirdly good. Because that's 22 and 22, that's not bad. Could go for one of these big water ones, but it's just kind of a big water one. There are plenty of asteroids that are just big waters. Water is... we can get that elsewhere. Metals are more rare. In 22, 22... 21, 22, we're 37, 2.6. See, it's very similar to Olympus Mons. Except Olympus Mons is arguably better. The points are slowly slowing down. It's 37, but then that's also 37. And that one's 50, Elysium Planatia. With 20 and... You know what, they'll do Elysium. 50 metals, 20 and 21 is solid. Just no rares, but... You know. Regular metals run out... Like, you just use a lot of regular metals, so just having another nice regular metal one is good. Okay, Hydra containment. Okay, and here we go. These are the first ones. Aliens suffer -2 on enthrall missions against our control points. The Ferrocite Liability Project. These we're going to want to have loads of. There's no rush right now. But yeah, because we're upgrading the main story, we get bonuses to defense against the alien mind control. Okay, some new orgs. So that's cost 2 and only gives 1/1. You know, we have ones that cost 1 and give that, so... MI5? MI5 is one of the really cool ones. Cost 2, gives +3 investigate. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone British, so we can't have it. Yeah, just not great. That's a bad collection yet again. I mean, Svetlana might as well take this. 2 for 2. No reason not to, really. And she still really needs the turn councillor mission. It's not the end of the world if she never gets it. I'm sure it exists in orgs. Oh, a +1, cost 1, +1 security one. Bahramal. Absolutely take one of those. Okay. Svetlana. What are you doing, Svetlana? You're publicly campaigning.
I will tell our story.
Standing by.
Maybe actually you should do a bit of inspiring.
Ready for my mission.
Let's inspire Daramal real quick.
At your service.
Let's grab the last United
Removing
Arab
our
Emirates
enemies.
point.
Ready to go.
And then after that we'll try and protect it, keep it safe. Aliens must come here at some point to grab the rest of China. And eventually an alien will critically fail a mission and then we'll know where they are, so it's not the end of the world.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Keep stabilizing America. Oh, Protectorate are doing more ad astra than us. That's annoying.
Support.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Setting a watch.
I think for now this is more important. So if you want to do that Protectorate, you do it. We'll have to focus on globals later.
Violence is abating.
Okay, the metals are slowly going up. Quite slowly though. Okay, returned abductees in Chongqing. Yeah, so this is an alien agent. Let us get this. And then once this is ready, we'll be ready to immediately do a detain mission on the alien.
I will report when my mission is complete. Our people have taken control.
Okay, more spoils there, that's good.
Ready for my mission.
Keep it nice and defended.
Securing our interests.
Where do you need me?
Algeria is back. Oh, we don't have the points for you, Algeria, I'm sorry. Abandon you again. We're at alright points though. We can right now sustain Kazakhstan, Canada, America, and United Arab Emirates.
Ready for my mission.
We don't need to protect America, it's just too big. No one, even without
At
the
your service.
+10, no one's going to be able to
Ready for
take America for a little bit. So we won't bother with that. We'll do that. We'll do a
Headed
investigate the
there now.
activity,
Acknowledged.
and we'll keep up the public campaigns. We have Svetlana. Common cause. Nice. Control point management by 10. Very, very good. All control point management techs are really, really important, because the more control points, the more countries, the more countries, the more
Securing our
research,
control.
mission control, stuff like that. Another Mars base. Like Arabia Terra. And Utopia Planitia. There's still some alright ones here. Alas Planitia. This one with the 30. 20, 20, and a 30. Let's do Olympus Mons for the 37 and the 6.2. Yep. Been eyeing that for a while. Oh, a few other people have arrived though. Well, one other, the initiative. Oh god. My councillors hate each other, god. Because Svetlana is government, and then Leia is criminal. They're having like disagreements.
I will report when my mission is complete. Mission in progress.
Their personal backgrounds have brought them into conflict. Before all this happened, the two of them were on different sides of justice, each considering the other an affront to their morals and way of life. Now the arrival of the aliens has forced them to work together in the name of the Academy, but that doesn't mean either is happy about it. They still view each other with deeply hardened suspicion, just waiting for an excuse to pounce on the other. So we could let Svetlana put Leia behind bars for 6 turns. There's no reason to do that. They both leave loyalty. If we have a bunch of influence, oh, and the buddy cop movie stuff. Okay, so if one of them has high investigation, they can like work together and they can go on a buddy movie quest chain. It's like a weird little quest chain, but we don't have the ability to do that. So they just both lose loyalty. But as I say, Svetlana, Leia's very loyal, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, disease, yeah, provide funding. Very little, and we just gain a bonus around the world. Okay, Alpha 1, we have found you yet again. Kind of hanging out the same area.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Once we have a nice facility to capture you, we'll capture you. More alien missions.
We will never know if Lise Meitner and Otto Hahn.
Recon complete.
Nice. Independence movements. So these will unlock missions or things that essentially let us create new countries. This is something we might do later on, and I'll talk about why we would do that. So essentially, whereas China is one big country right now, the only 2 regions that have countries of their own that don't exist yet is these 2. Tibet and then East Turkestan, but it will add like all the different regions of China will have their own countries, and in America you can, if you do the American one, like California will be its own country and Texas will be its own country and stuff like that. Which is quite interesting.
Where do you need me?
Yeah, for now we don't care about that at all.
Reporting in.
Alp, keep investigating this alien, please.
Where to?
Leia, you just
Where
follow
to?
along behind with the
On the way to the target
activities.
site.
Ready.
Campaign.
Standing by for orders.
Yeah.
Standing by.
So the alien, yeah,
I
these
will
guys
try
are
to
standing
sway
around.
the public.
Your orders?
Let's do a contact. See if they still like us. It's nice to keep in contact with AI. Okay, so this is like where Russia expands its land. Restored Warport Pact. Which we could do, but we're not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to find it, and I'm going to press this button here.
Reaching out.
If you want to waste your time trying to talk these monsters down, you go right ahead.
He does not respect us. So if we do restored, we go that, and then we do show obsolete, it's gone, and that will keep our thing more hidden, and we'll do that for pretty much all those texts. We'll just obsolete all of them.
We've got some intel in our target.
Okay, more intel on Alpha 1. We'll want to do one more investigate on Alpha 1 before we do anything else.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
So mission control is doing alright. The boost on Kazakhstan is getting quite high, which is also good. We'll just keep up with that.
Here's what we found.
I think we're mostly done with Mars bases. We might want like one more. This is usually as many as I will get. Remember, every base we get gets us more and more danger. So we do have to be careful, and there will be loads of asteroids that we will want. And if we've spent everything on Mars bases for these kind of alright points, we just won't have enough for our asteroid bases. So one more investigate, because if we do detain... Oh, wait, if we do... Well, we can't detain him yet anyway. Even if we did, because we don't have full intel, we wouldn't
We'll see what they are up to.
have maximum bonuses.
Ready.
Svetlana, inspire Leah, because you just made her unhappy, so make her happy again. One we have though is Svetlana is quite...
What's the op?
It's probably going to be very disloyal, because we don't have anyone to inspire her. But that's just always how it is. It's always your persuasion councillor is always like your least loyal. Yeah, and -1 loyalty if we commit an atrocity. I don't believe we've committed an atrocity yet, but you never can tell. Let's have a look. Atrocities, okay. These are atrocities. Things like declaring wars is an is that an atrocity? Some there's a lot of random stuff that just end up being atrocities,
What's
even if you
the
don't really think about it. And an atrocity doesn't really matter. So they're mainly tracked for fun. But what they do is every time you commit an atrocity, you lose global public opinion by a little bit. So if you do loads of them, you're going to lose loads of global public opinion. Which sometimes you don't want to do.
On Overwatch.
Sometimes.
Acknowledged.
At your service. We'll make things safe.
There we go. We'll go do that.
Lending.
Oh, some new stuff.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Interpol. Not bad. This is alright actually. +5 information, but also gives 3% mission control. That's pretty solid. That's the social science one. We'll do that one as well. And yeah, that's mainly it. Penal strategy group. Problem is that Svetlana doesn't need crazy high persuasion. In the same way you really want to be maxed out with investigation and espionage, you really don't need to with persuasion. Yeah. Oh, another one of those. Okay. Alp. See, Alp doesn't have any level 1s that aren't both anymore. He does have a level 2. Okay, so we'll do that, and then +1 investigate. And then that will add up.
Setting a watch.
Perfect.
I have new information.
Things are cooling off.
Peaceful. Keep America nice and peaceful. A lot of mission control. So any more points on Mars I'm really desperate about. Are they all... The only one that's left that I would really want to... Terra Cerelium is still here. It's 37, 22, 21. I like that. You know what? This will be the last one, I think. I think the others... And that's just a slightly worse version of the one we want. The others, we can get water elsewhere. We already have a few good water points here anyway. I think we'll grab Terra Cerelium, and then that will be it for Mars. This is our last Martian base. So we got more or less everything we wanted, which is fortunate. So we'll let the AI fight over the rubbish sites. Most of them aren't even here yet. It's kind of crazy. And the asteroids is where we'll really go. I mean, we have a lot of Mars. This is a lot of Mars bases. Yeah. I guess, to be honest, with that final Mars base, Terra Cerelium, we have Olympus Mons. And we'll look at Mars proper. Terra Cerelium, Argyle Planatia, Scarope Crater. We have some alright spots here, and we should have some alright resources coming in, especially this one. Skyra Pelly Crater. I mean, look at those resources there. And how close are we to actually being able to build a outpost mining center? So you can see there it says build in space. Only 13.6 boost. So we're pretty much almost there to being able to build this right here, which is beautiful. Yeah, because the build cost there, as you can see at the bottom, is 18.5, which is basically what we have in metals, and the water we also have. So the only thing we have to boost over are the rare metals and the volatiles. So we can pretty much, next episode, a little bit more boost, we can fully start mining, basically. Well, I mean, we won't fully start. We'll build a mining space here. Then we'll have all the resources, and then we will fully start mining Mars, and we will just go crazy with huge amounts of space resources. But we will do that then. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.